So, yep, we're at Menards picking out some fencing. Not that we're going to fence our property in. We have a plan for a little bit of garden, a little bit of decoration outside because it is the season. And now we're lost at Menards trying to find we found the fence, but we need to find the posts somewhere here. I think what we need is all the way up there. We couldn't find the posts. So I think they're up high. We had to get some help. Can find the caps, just couldn't find the posts. By the picket fence, but you can't find the 4-foot posts, so got 2 8-foot in the hopes to cut them in half. Because you know how that is when you want to do a project, you want to do it today.
All right, so as Yvonne pointed out at Menards, they did not have the right size posts, so I got 8-foot ones. And the idea is I will cut these in half. Now that won't leave me much in the ground, so I do have a plan for that. Because these are, I think they're like 40 inches to here. So they're gonna be pretty much level with the top of this. So the idea is because this much would only be in the ground, these are designed to actually accept a 4x4. So now I could slide it into here, dig a deeper hole. And also what it'll allow me to do is to move it a couple of inches when I get them set in concrete to make sure that it's level.
Okay, he's got the tools. He's got the rototiller. He's got the tractor. How much more manly can you get, right? Oh, I'm so super excited about getting a sunflower garden. So it won't be like, right away. Here he comes. He's on the fence. See the smiles? Can you see? It's hot. It's humid. Of course it is the day you want to do a project outside. You do? You want to help? I thought you were lifting it with your tractor. Yes, it'll be nice because it'll hide the propane tank that needs power washed and repainted. Priorities, you can't get it all done today. It's a hole. Okay, so decisions had to be made. I think he's just going to do the 3 straight across. Basically what the fence is for is sunflowers get tall and heavy, and then they will bend over. So the fence is nice because then when they get to that part of the late summer, you can tie them off to the fence, and then the fence looks nice with the white house. Just adding character. That's what this yard needs, is it's just a lot of grass and a lot of blank. We don't want to make it too needy that we have to be out here every weekend weeding, but just something to make it look pretty. Okay, so to keep it where it belongs, if we are committed now, if you're concreting it in, we are committed. Oh, the Oreo left. We're too close. Sorry. Luckily, we have a hose on this side of the house. It's always the professional checking for level. That's a big hole. Easier ground must have been. The last hole. Just follow him around. Okay, this is going to be it for tonight, but we got it in. Little cappies go right here. If they ever stay, I can see why people silicone them on. Because these, if you pull on these will come off. You got to be careful. So,
like I said, we'll just put a piece of silicone on it. Little dab will do.
Little dab will do ya. Little piece of silicone. Okay, so I might have gotten a few bags of sunflowers. Few bags of sunflowers. I had some old seeds from our old house, but that's 2 years old now, and I wasn't sure, like, what's the shelf life of a seed? I don't know. So they're all different, like, they get to different heights. So, like, this one blooms 20 inches high. This one, 4 to 5 feet. So that's a tall one. So this one is 6 to 7. That's a tall one. 5 to 6. We got another tall one. 4 to 5 feet. Oh, goodness. Okay, I got all talls. 6 to 7. Okay. Oh, that one's open. 4 to 5. 4 to 5. 4 to 6. And apparently this is my shorty at 20. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out my okay, so tall, medium. So how can I plant that and remember which way, yeah, which seeds go where, so I get the taller ones in the back, shorter ones in the front, and I got some little shorties. Okay, so I have seeds, I bought seeds, but now I want to figure out like my spacing. So I saw this hack. Toilet paper, you put your seeds in toilet paper. That way when you plant them, you can just plant the toilet paper and they'll grow right through the toilet paper. So I'm like, well, what a great idea that is. So we're going to give it a try. I would say it's probably not rocket scientist. I don't think it, like, do you have to have 2-ply? Do you have to have, you just need toilet paper. Okay, so I'm going to roll, hold on, so I'm going to roll out some toilet paper. I definitely think that it's long, like what he did. So they're 4-foot sections. So that would be 12 foot, right? So, So I went out and measured what the like in between was, because I knew they were 4 foot high, but I'm like, that doesn't seem, they're wider. So they looked like they were 5 foot 7 inches. So that's the toilet paper I'm going to measure off. So these are my shorter ones, which are the 5 foot 6. So I'm going to take my two that are, these are the tall ones. The colored ones are the tall ones. Oh, I'm so excited. Isn't it funny? $2.79. I don't know. So okay, so what you do, I believe, is you take a little squirt bottle. So where am I centered? So 5. I don't think it has to be. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. And what do you do? Do you put just a couple in there? Like, how many do you put? I don't know, because you don't know, like, is the seed going to gestate, right? So I'm just going to go and make some squirts, right? And then just take these. Take some of them. So there's 3 sections, so I'm dividing them up between the 3 sections, if that makes sense now, why I'm putting so many. It's hard to believe that little of a seed is going to grow a 6. Seriously? The single dot? Yeah, that's foot. Okay. Don't eat them, Tater. So I'm really just going to divide my seeds in between the little bunches that I have. There's no wrong or right reason. It's always nice to have Tater helping. He is such a good helper. I'm glad I squirted him with water. So then all you do is I'm going to miss the whole thing, get everything wet here, which did not scare Tater in the least. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold over my toilet paper to hold the seeds in. Okay, had a little rippage down here. That'll be fine. Ta-da! And then I should be able to roll it up, because I'm not planting them right now. It's too hot of the day for me to be outside in the direct sun. So I'm just going to roll them and it'll dry. I hope. So I feel like I need to get a marker and mark what this is. I'm probably overthinking my garden here, but I think it's well worth it. So do I have a Sharpie? I have this Sharpie. Is it too sharp? There you go. That might be too sharp. Okay, so this is this one, which is the 6 to, oh, you can't really write in here very well because it's wet. 6 to 7 foot 1. So that would be the back row. Cracking myself up the way I'm going to plant seeds here. Okay, then roll out another one. I'm just like going like every 2 squares. Well, there we go. I think that's fine. Now I want the other one that is tall. Chocolate cherry. Oh, I miss my sunflower garden, that is for sure. Okay. You helping? I like my helper. Okay. Don't want to overdo it either, though, right? Okay, I've got to mist this down, Bubba. I'm not sure if you're going to like that. He don't get scared by much. So very gingerly. Fold it over. So this definitely gives toilet paper, a whole nother yeah. This is toilet papering as an adult, if you're a gardener. I definitely think the concept's there. So there you go. Okay, so here's my cute little tray of seeds. So hopefully they will dry out and I can unroll them. And when it's a little bit cooler and the sun's down, I will go plant them. Interesting way to do it, but I think the concept's there. We're going to aerate the soil with some peat moss. I don't know what happened to the bricks around the square bales of peat moss this year. This is the only one that we could find. And then mix it in with some topsoil so we can make sure that the seeds are getting, enough nutrients. I think our dirt here is wonderful, but so I think we're going to mix 2 bags of topsoil to 1 bag of peat moss and see what that looks like. Nice and rich. And it's about 55 degrees, which is actually perfect temperature for us working outside because our whole property has a lot of sun. So Last week it was in the 80s. It's spring here in Michigan. So I much rather do this on a cooler day than a hotter day. Then we can enjoy what we do on a hotter day and look at it.
Or do something else.
Or do something else. We can still look at it while we're doing something else. Right. Oh. So the difference, peat moss is just really aerated. Of course, dirt is really compacted and wet. So that'll just, that should work. I'll hold it. Yeah, it might be much easier just to hire a landscaper and you get that curb appeal. That's what the outside of this house is missing. We're all missing our flowers, a little bit of gardens here and there. Had one of those cement mixers, it would mix it around just fine. I'm just asking.
Well, just a minute.
Hold on. I think he was thinking. My cement mixer comment must have motivated something.
It's for drywall.
It might work though. It might work. Let's see. Hey, use what you have. So I bought some dollar. They had a whole bunch when I was at the greenhouse. They had their tulips and some of their bulbs that they had in pots for $1. So, though they're dying off this time of year, I rather get them planted in here. So like in the spring, even though we'll have the sunflowers in the fall, in the spring we can have some bulbs. So I have some of those to plant. We got to clean off a little bit of this area to put the new dirt that he just mixed, that he rototilled, waited a couple days for the grass to die off. Good compost. Okay, I've got my little seed ghosts and I'm going to start unrolling it. Chris is doing one more level job. Other than spraying Roundup Free on here to get rid of the grass, which would have taken 2 weeks, I'm not waiting. I'll just deal with it. I'll be able to tell what the sunflower seeds are, that's for sure. I guess I wasn't worried about that. You got to dig in the grass a little bit. Unroll it. Unroll it. One of the seeds fell out. So if I measure it all the way right, it should go all the way to the end. Or close. Or close. I'm going to get really dirty. Are you gardening if you're not getting really dirty? I don't know. Dun, dun. And there we go. There's big chunks of grass I'll pull out. But...
Plus all the bulbs and everything that have to go in?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Might want to do those before you lay the rest of the seeds, right?
I might. I might want to at least get the back row first.
Yeah.
And then I'll put some of the bulbs.
All right.
Okay.
Now you got to put away all of these before you go to the next row.
Yes. I need a little shovel. I think I only got one daffodil, didn't I? They might have only had one daffodil. Where's that little shovel?
It's in the
Over here. Just going to plant these as is. They were ready.
They're pretty big.
I know, that's what I thought. I'm like, I'll do 3 and 3.
Yeah, those are ready to go in. Look at how big those bulbs are.
Yes, they are.
Look like giant onions.
Ooh, well, if you want to eat them, Chris, go ahead.
Mm-mm-mm.
That'll just richen it up. We have nice soil, but we're gonna do this area too while we have it out. This is where all the bulbs were. You can see that they're done. Done. So I'm gonna go in and start twisting. Chris is gonna go ahead and mix up another peat moss and topsoil, and I'm going to twist these all up, kind of like help them lay down like I did the others. While we're doing it, we need to get the seeds in the ground so they can be pretty. If it's a weed, I can tell grass, but I left some of my plants in here last year. So like I know that's grass, so I can pull that. But yeah, I'm not gonna go crazy and worry about it. So I'm just going to start seeing if I can twist things up so that they can just die off and these bulbs can regenerate themselves. That's a weed. I know you're a weed. You remember last year we did a chaos garden, but we did it way late. It was absolutely beautiful. So the whole point of a chaos garden is there's multiple flowers, multiple wildflower, and you don't weed. Whatever's there is there. It'll be wonderful. So I got 3 bags. Well, one's gonna be for you. So I got Family Farm and Home, where our daughter works. Pollinator mix, because we want the butterflies. Another bouquet mix again, and then this one we're gonna do it his because this is a perennial one. We're gonna do this one over by. We're hoping maybe the silo. So we're gonna do these, the 2 first bags that I showed you. They have the butterfly. So what are they? Zinnias. I know there's zinnias in here. It doesn't really tell me. It's just a guess. It's all good. 3 in 1. So I'm just going to sprinkle them on. We're going to put dirt on them. Just in peat moss and they were beautiful, but trying to cover up some of the weeds and Once the tulips die down, I'll pull those, but I need those bulbs to regenerate, so I can't cut those down right now. I thought it'd blow. I think it'll blow off. Yeah. And the wind is our friend today, Chris. Yep, this is. It won't let me put any here. The wind. The wind's like no. There's already sunflowers growing from the bird seed. I didn't feed them this morning, so.
Okay, so this is all of the morning glories that we had last year. And inside, these are the little seed pods. And what you do is you break them open and you get the seeds out. Well, I really didn't want to sit there and go through this whole bag and do that. It takes hours. What I'm gonna try to do is tie off the bag and just shake it. And see if I can break up those seed pods, which I can already feel some down here. And that's what I'm gonna do is cut the bag then when it's done and see how many I can get. All right, so by doing that, this is just part of it. But inside here are the seeds. All right, so I'm going to put the morning glories around the rim here, and they should grow up because they like to grab a hold of things, and this has that rail on it. And then the rest of it is going to be the wildflowers.
As you can see, the ground is wet, so we are being blessed with now on to day 2 of rain. But that's what seeds and soil need to grow plants. So no complaining, just thankful that God has helped us out. I know the farmers, it's been a little bit dry around here, so I did remulch, weed our front area. That is what the original homeowner had planted. And then as we walk into the chaos garden, it still looks like chaos, but it's seeds covered in dirt and peat moss chaos. Definitely, we're not going to mulch it. By the time it all grows in, you won't even notice it. And then out here is that beautiful fence that covers up that ugly propane tank that needs to get a bath. But I think it's going to absolutely look gorgeous. I spent my entire life at our other house dreaming of a white picket fence, and then we moved after we got one. But it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous in the spring, and it'll be gorgeous this fall. And it looks like something has already been kind of digging around. Well, we are surrounded by cornfields. We're in the middle of their home. So yes, that's how it works. So it's perfectly okay. That's going to happen. But I love the white with the white house covering up that propane tank. That I mean, it's a necessity. You need it, but it's okay to cover it up and still access for the propane guy. And the birds are probably like, "Hey, are you coming out to feed us?" There's ones peeking at me trying to see how close I'm going to get. I have not filled them this morning. It's a very busy bird feeder. Tater gets lots of enjoyment out of watching the birds. From that area to the silo where Chris planted his morning glories and some wildflowers. Yes, it is a silo. Missing the top. Not going to take it down. One, it's expensive to take it down. And two, it's a beautiful feature. I mean, we're not using it. Other than not having its roof, it's beautiful. Once you get up close, you'll see how beautiful it is. But I think it's a perfect area to plant some flowers. It's got all the metal wrapping around it to keep it together. So the morning glory should grab onto that and climb up it. That's his favorite flower. Mine is sunflowers. This is morning glory. You gotta love that. We have been working little by little to try to make areas pretty on the property that were filled with overgrown grass, and underneath the grass ended up being trash, metal, tires, whatnot. But yes, he went all the way around so you can see the flowers, hopefully with the rain helping. That's got to really get them. And then I did have one more thing. I don't know, I made too many of sunflowers, so I planted it there. But you can see, yes, there's some of the garbage that was underneath there, but we are going to be removing our deck sometime this summer and getting a new one poured, so once we get the dumpster, we can throw that in there. So I wanted to do an ending for you outside in front of all the newly planted seeds that Chris and I had planted. Whew, but you know that at the end of the day, you are dirty, you're hot, you're sweaty. You started out, it's Michigan, so you wear 3 different outfits in one day. So God granted us with some beautiful rain to soak our seeds into the ground. That is awesome. So yes, I'm going to have a sunflower garden. Chris is going to have his morning glories. Isn't that nice that we both can get what we want? And then both areas are going to have a little bit of the chaos garden, which the chaos garden is just a whole bunch of seeds, not being needy at all. Whatever you don't weed. I loved it last year. We got it in almost a month later last year. So I'm hoping to be able to enjoy it a little bit longer. I absolutely loved it. I hope that I can find some footage. Added in here of what it looked like last year. I absolutely loved it. So thank you for watching Chris and I work. We sure do appreciate each and every one of you. We love you all. And we will see you next time, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.